Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trivia Rogues Podcast. Billy, Jeff, Shauna, and Vinny. See, you're back, and it's just messing my everyday
It's crazy
flow up. Welcome back, sir.
Well, thank you for having me.
Everyone's missed Vinny. We all know that. Some people have asked for the Vinny drops, but we found a way to give it to them. But today we have the actual thing back in the actual studio.
The actual thing.
You're my thing. It's okay.
You should have fired Don a lot earlier.
Yeah, and I'm doing all the audio tech stuff. Mm-hmm. He is worthless. We don't even need him.
Yeah, and we're only like 20 minutes.
And Vinny, we also remember that after he realizes how horrible it is to record, he's never coming back.
Probably not.
So,
take another 2 years off.
So how you been, buddy? How's everything been going?
Things are going well. Yeah.
And you've changed jobs since you recorded?
Oh man, changed jobs, moved.
Yeah. You had a whole bunch of things.
Had 3 kids.
Nope.
That I know of. No, yeah, a lot of big moves, a lot of big changes. I did not win the fantasy football though. I was looking forward to that, but what are you going to do?
He still has the trophy though.
Oh yeah.
Which I have to get back. I keep forgetting about it. And,
is it your trophy to have now?
No.
Who's it go to? I forget it. I didn't win it. You didn't win it, so I didn't really care, so.
Alex.
Oh, yeah, you ain't getting it.
He'll just lose it in the move anyway.
Did you lose it in the move?
No.
It is.
Alex would.
Oh, well, yeah.
Alex, yes. No, it is sitting prominently in my front room.
Really?
Right underneath the television. Yep.
You let everyone know that you're the champ.
It is in the great room of my house, yes.
Everybody that tours his great room. Probably a constant.
Do you have a lot of tours in your great room?
Not really.
Do you make sure that they go over there just so they can see it? Or when you do have tours, do you put it where they do see it?
Oh, it's out all the time. It's right there. Hasn't moved.
Spotlights.
I got the remote, like, for your next attraction.
Music comes up. We are the champions.
And confetti bombs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the left. As you will see,
I am the champion. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Well, hey, welcome back. We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
Thanks for filling in for Don, who is vacationing up the north. What the actual is wrong with me right now?
he's gallivanting.
Don would say, and today is any different than any other day?
No, it's not. And I heard he's in a mansion, though.
A mansion in Wisconsin.
The Pabst?
Not the Pabst mansion.
That's
in the T-Pain suite.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Now we're cooking with gas.
There we go. All right. So today we are going to be talking about something both historical and current events. Right?
We're doing that already? Good Lord.
Yeah. Well, Vinny's the only interesting thing that's happened.
I'm used to you and Don, like...
Okay.
That's why I said we're only 20 minutes here and we're already recording too.
Then one thing, then we should address then. Vinny.
Yes.
Last week I did a topic on King Kong.
No, it's just Kong. His name's not King.
It was the topic on King Kong, which we decided that his name is officially Kong.
No, you decided that.
We did.
You did.
We did.
Nobody else agreed with you.
Have you seen the new King Kong movies?
I've not.
The new what?
I've heard.
The new Kong movies?
I've heard it's not that great.
I enjoyed them.
Okay.
I enjoyed them. But have you seen the 33 one?
No.
Okay, but the thing is, he's Kong.
Okay.
But then when they put him on display, they titled the show King Kong. But his name is Kong. Okay. But either way, though, I said we were going to be talking about a movie giant, which Don then, for minutes, argued that King Kong wasn't a giant. Where do you fall on that? See, the thing about Vinny is he'll always take time to think about it.
And while you're at it, should it be Kong or King Kong?
Sure, why not?
Because Billy will like one of your answers, but he won't like the other, so only one of them will count. Then you'll be just like Don.
It just pisses me off all the time. You'll be just like he's here.
Pause this. Tell me what you want me to say.
What do you think when you think giant?
What's your definition of a
fall
giant?
under giant?
I would consider that a giant.
Okay.
What would you define if I just said define a giant? Your definition.
Kong.
That's my guy.
That's because you guys are on first name basis. Other people respect him.
Yeah, me and Kong. Other people call him by his royal name, but
He calls him KK once in a while when he's feeling really frisky.
But Don said it had to be human or humanoid to be a giant. So if there was a spider the size of this room, it wouldn't be a giant spider because it's not a human. It wouldn't be a giant.
Okay. He's got a standard, though. And you have to at least give him that.
Yeah, he's got the standard.
Well,
No,
Be that as it may.
his standard was quite wishy-washy, though.
Oh.
He was going back and
Well,
forth
that's
a
Don.
little bit, but he just
That's
didn't want to
Don,
agree with you.
Yeah, he would do anything he can just not to agree with me.
Right.
Because when he said that what I was saying is not a giant, he then proceeded to say that I was wrong because there are some definitions that call it a human.
well, what was your standard?
I say a giant is anything abnormally large compared to its usual form or state of being.
Okay. So not even...
It doesn't have to be like a skyscraper size something. It just anything
Yeah.
that's bigger than it should be. Because I tell you what, there's a spider the size of my hand on this desk. That's a giant ass spider. Let me tell you.
That's one giant-ass dead spider in a burned-down house.
I agree. Because I texted you one day about a spider that was in like my bathtub. It was gigantic, and you said, "Well, burn down the house." And I said, "Oh, no need to burn it down. I already left. I moved out.
Yeah.
You can have it."
I was like, well, say goodbye to that house. You're like, no need. I've already moved.
I already moved out. Oh man,
Which is kind of weird coming from a guy who is bigger than any of the spiders in Billy's dreams.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate him.
I figured that out.
Oh.
I can see you and Don parachuting into the
Yeah, I
Amazon.
noticed Don has a problem with spiders.
we
Yes,
were
thanks.
doing Garage Cast for a while.
There's going to be issues with me parachuting, too, because the whole height thing, but whatever.
We
Well,
went.
it works better than parachuting from a low level.
I don't know.
We were doing Garage Cast, and one went from my top of my garage, like right in front of him. He almost did a backflip out of his chair. What the fuck?
I know there was one time that one was coming down and I grabbed it, like with my bare hand, and I threw it because he was starting to like move back, and I just grabbed it from.
Yeah, if it's a small guy, I don't care. I can just whap with my hand.
If it's the little one that's like building a web or coming down on a web, like those are okay. Like
It's
because
the-
I've done that too.
Yeah.
I've grabbed one and then gone and like thrown it outside.
It's the wolf spiders.
But
though.
what we're talking about are
The
the
aggressive
ones,
ones.
yeah, the ones with very bad dispositions.
Or how about the ones that play dead just to screw with you? You ever see those? I had
And then
one.
they go crazy.
Well, yeah, they sit there and they're like, "Oh, good, it's dead. I'm just gonna get a Kleenex to go get it," and then he just goes, "Ha ha! Let me tell you something." Then he runs up your arm and bites your neck.
Yeah,
and
like-
turns you into a spider.
Pulls out
Are you
a
guys
pocket
living
blade.
in Australia or something? Because this stuff has never happened to me.
No, but that's the reason why I'll never go to Australia.
There's a whole lot of nope factor over there.
100%.
Yeah.
Nope, Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, Peter Parker. That was a nice segue.
That would be the ultimate tragedy of my life if I became a human spider.
Yeah, if you could go from building to building, you'd
Burn
put up
myself alive.
How is that a segue?
That'll teach me.
We're going to talk about a giant technological
Giant
achievement.
is
Oh,
is
here
it
we
human-like?
go. Yeah, is it a human?
Don's not here.
All right, Jeff, what are we talking about?
But is it bigger than it should be?
It's bigger than a bread box. It's bigger than a big ass spider.
But as far as canals are concerned, see,
Is it bigger than any other canal?
now we're getting off the tracks more than usual.
Why don't we talk about the Suez Canal,
Okay.
which is both historical and topical?
I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been talking about that lately.
Yep.
Why is that? Something happened there?
Something.
A little something.
Well, do you want to go over it first?
It forced me to do a Costco run out of precaution, so
Let me guess, toilet paper?
I would say something happened. I never bought so many paper plates and napkins and toilet paper in my life.
You know what I heard? One of the biggest hit is Aldi, or not one of the biggest hit, but one of the ones that were on that ship.
Oh,
Aldi.
really? Was it?
Yeah, because Aldi, which is a German company, they actually came out and said, "Hey, if you're experiencing any shortages in stuff when you go to the store, just give it time. It'll get there."
It's sitting on the evergreen.
They didn't. It's not the Evergreen. Oh, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, that's like the company or something.
Yeah. But you know, they never said our stuff's on that ship. But they did not say it. It was at that time they're going, please pardon any delays in supplies. And people are kind of thinking, I wonder why.
The absence of denial.
Yeah.
Denial. Oh.
Getting ahead of yourself.
Yes. All right,
So-
so we talk about the block first. Or we
No,
talk
just
about
a river in
well,
Africa.
the reason we're going to talk about the Suez Canal, obviously, is because it had a small little... It got a little constipated recently. And
I hate that when that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
I feel you, Suez Canal.
so, for those who don't know, we haven't
Sometimes
looked
I
things
can
up.
go through the same thing.
The Suez Canal is a man-made waterway which connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean via the Red Sea. It enables a more direct route for shipping between Europe and Asia, which for years and years and years and years, the only way you could do it was to go around Africa.
The Cape of Good Hope, which is an extra 10 days, something along those lines.
Well, that's now. Back then, you were talking months
right.
and months.
With the technology and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how big the spider was.
And as we are all very aware now, the waterway is vital for international trade, but it has also made it a center of conflict since it opened back in 1869, which I was not aware that it had been around for that long, because that's a long time ago.
It sure was.
It is today one of the world's most heavily used shipping lanes. The canal extends 120 miles between Port Said, and if you see, it looks like Port Said to those of us who speak English, but it's Port Said in the north and the Suez in the south, and it has dredged approach channels north of Port Said into the Mediterranean and south of the Suez. It doesn't exactly take the shortest route across the isthmus, which is only 75 miles, but what they did instead was they utilized several lakes and connected them to sort of help do part of the work needed to make this canal. And it separates the bulk of the Egypt from the Sinai Peninsula. It took 10 years to build and was officially opened on November 17th in 1869. It's owned and operated by the Suez Canal Authority, and its intended use is to be open to all ships of all countries, be it for commerce or war. That was its stated thing, is that this would always be a passageway, regardless of who wanted to use it, why they wanted to use it, when they wanted to use it.
Until war happened.
Yeah, it didn't always work out that way, but that was the idea.
Yeah, about that.
What's crazy, though, is 10 years, right? 10 years for that. We're at like 22 years for the third lane on Indianapolis Boulevard. It's awful.
Oh, it's the worst.
Awful. But 10 years.
Yeah, we can get a giant canal.
We'll
Oh,
connect-
here we go.
Okay, I think I can identify the problem for you real quickly here, Vinny. And it has to do with the fact that, thousands of people died doing this, and they have these things called ocean stuff now.
Yeah,
Read
but
about things like that.
they died of cholera.
Yeah. Well, it'd be something else.
I mean, come on.
So anyway, interest in a marine route connecting the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea actually dates back to ancient times.
You have died of dysentery.
Because nothing says Suez Canal like a little bit of Oregon Trail.
You've lost 3 oxen, 4 wagon wheels,
A
But
series of
now you
small-
can get those back because there's ships through the canal.
and your daughter.
What? That got dark. Even before it got dark. You heard me.
Keep forging ahead there.
Okay, thanks. So, anyway, a series of small canals connecting the Nile, and thus by extension the Mediterranean, to the Red Sea were in use as early as 2000 BC. But a direct connection between the two seas was considered impossible, because even back then they thought that there was vastly different levels in the seas, which would cause issues, obviously, connecting them.
And didn't way back in the ancient stuff, it wasn't the canal we know today. It was more about using the Nile, right?
Well, the Nile was the beginning, or they would take things to the Nile and start working
Right,
with
and they
a
would
bunch of
take
canals.
that. It wasn't straight through.
No,
See, it
not
seems
at
like the
all.
low-hanging fruit,
It's like a cheap way out.
Yeah. We have this big waterway. Let's just try to use this.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Which makes sense.
Or would you try to go the hard way?
yeah, I'd probably take
He'd
the
rather
easy way.
bitch and moan about Indianapolis Boulevard. So anyway,
Yeah,
various
yours getting
overland
fun.
routes were used instead.